Hello, you beautiful people. We're back on the buffet today with a very special guest. Usually we talk about music, food, and culture, and today we're gonna expand a little bit more and feed into our souls and into our brains. My personal experience with this lady has been amazing so far, and I actually want her to introduce herself. But for me, she's a game changer and somebody who's helping people decode so many things about their brains and their mental health. So a big round of applause.
Oh,
Farah Qureshi.
Thank you. Truly appreciate it, Saima. That was beautiful. Thank you for honoring me and having me. It's a pleasure. So my name is Farah. I'm a neuroscientist. Been there for 14 years. But I shifted direction from being in the corporate world, where I was helping companies uncover what their clients' brain were seeking so they could sell their products. So I wanted to get away from that space and go more into healing. So yeah, I've been doing that for the last 3 years in my own company called Neuro Consulting. And recently, a couple of months ago, I started doing qEEG brain scans. And I scanned your brain.
You actually did.
I did. Because we are in an era of very much awareness of our health, which is really vital for longevity, right? So brain health is often like when we have pain, physical pain, we go to the doctor. But when there's something here, we keep it inside. We don't really do much about our brain health. Yeah. And I'm like, we live in an era of AI technology. Now you actually have the opportunity to do something about it. And you reached out to me.
I did.
You wanted to have your brain scanned. Maybe you should tell.
My experience was, to begin with, because I'm a big fan of neuroscience, I've studied so many things around neuroscience without having any kind of diploma, but just for the interest of it, and also because I really felt this is what can help a lot of people. Because everybody's talking about ADHD, ADD, OCD, and all of these things,
yes,
right?
True.
And I could even place myself in so many of these different diagnoses. So I was struggling a little bit with my mental health and with the different things. And I was like, let me go to the doctor. And I went to the doctor, I went to the psychotherapist, and I went...
That's how the procedure usually is.
All of that.
Yeah.
And I was just about to get diagnosed with ADHD. But I was like, there's something, it doesn't resonate with me because I don't feel like this all the time.
No.
And then I started to think, okay, maybe it could be something stress related. I started talking with my family and friends, and they were a little bit skeptical about the qEEG scans and
because it's not so known yet.
It's not that.
It's a very niche area. Yeah.
Really, and that hurts my feelings a lot. I take it very personally because this is science. So
science speaks for itself.
It does.
Yeah.
And you
can't really say anything when you have the evidence.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's why I felt it was so important for me to actually take that step, and I wanted to document some of my some of that.
And we recorded some of it. And we still have to go through your consultation, but we will do that privately, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the funny thing is that people often react the way you just said beautifully, how your family responded. That's what I get from people. When I post about these things, there's a bit of skepticism because it's not so broad yet. It's only about time, you guys, because it will be. So when the brain doesn't know much, because we very much are tribe people, we follow trends, right? We like to do, if 10 other people have done it, then we feel safe enough in our brain to take the action.
Yeah.
So when you're doing something like taking a risk, this is risk taking, right? When it's so new, then they're like, they have all of this. Their brains are not feeling safe with your decision.
Yeah.
It's like freaking out. Like, what is she doing? What will be the outcome? So they're not feeling safe because they don't have enough info on it. But I hope you told them that it was non-invasive. Nothing happened to you. I didn't do woo-woo on your brain. You're still here. We're doing this. That you're okay.
A major shout out to my dad. This is actually for him, just to know that it's safe and it didn't cause me cancer. There were no...
Or any damage.
There were no laser used on me or something like that. But seriously, it is something that we need to change because it can help a lot of people.
Yes.
And I think because of societal issues or generational issues, we have so many traumas that can actually maybe be the symptoms caused by stress more than it's an actual illness, disease, or whatever people are calling the spectrum, right?
So everyone is overstimulated.
Yeah.
It's because of the devices and social media. Like, there are pros and cons in everything.
Yeah.
But we live, like, I can just speak from my own experience. My daughter, who's 13, very much on TikTok. We have limited time. I take their phones every day after school. I have rules, a lot of strict rules.
Good.
She finds it very hard. She's struggling with that. But rules are rules, right, in my house. I can just speak, like, with her. I can't even look at one TikTok or two that I'm already overstimulated. But her brain can take it in much more. And what happens in her brain is that she gets overly stimulated and the dopamine peaks in a very negative way. So different forms of dopamine in our brains. So when she keeps consuming these reels, okay, whatever she's consuming, it means that she's telling her brain that I always want a reward. I don't want to do a difficult task, like she's struggling with math, for instance. Like, because the delayed gratification comes later, right? So every time we're scrolling, we get a like, we get a comment on our page or whatever. Every time you get that dopamine, it's actually reinforcing your brain to say, I constantly want this.
Yeah.
I'm getting a reward right now. Why should I wait and do difficult stuff? Like, why should I eat healthy? Why can't I just go and get a shot? I know people who are so I worked in the fitness industry as well, on their mindset, people that weren't losing weight. I just quit that job. I was working for a Danish company. For 1 year I did that. So all the women that weren't losing weight by following a plan and counting the calories, because the cortisol levels, the stress hormone, was like here, okay? Yes. And this is without scanning them, okay? So my job was actually to understand what is causing all this stress, because once you're stressed and you have all this amount of dopamine, you want the easy route, okay? You don't want to do difficult things. You don't want to count your calories. You don't want to follow a plan. There was a lot of resistance. When you have that, your body is in a stress mode. You can't lose weight. And some of them were not even eating enough. And that's why they were not losing weight. I know many people think you have to eat less. It's actually not true. So they were not burning enough and they were not digesting enough.
Yeah.
The system was in freeze mode. Okay. So I started to just say, hey, go out for walks in nature. How would that make me lose weight? Just do it. 50 minutes a day with no phone. Okay. Yeah. It's called grounding. No phone. I want you to be present.
Yeah.
They started to relax. They started to lose weight. You see? So I'm just saying, like, all this beep beep notifications, likes, TikTok, whatever, is really harming us.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's really bad for the teenage brain, especially. So I can only control when I'm with my daughter. And of course, she's in a school without phones, but I can't control, like, when I'm not in her present, you know. But it's not good, especially for teenage brains, because they're still developing. It's not good because their brain associate that beep or that TikTok scrolling with reward. So when she has to do difficult tasks as math, for instance, geometry, whatever it is, physics, then she's really struggling. Okay? So that's...
Some of our audience actually has some questions for you.
Okay.
So I think it would be dope if Nelly, who was very curious about a couple of things, because again, I told some of my friends that I did this scan and I went for this and it was so amazing and I'm so excited to get the results.
We will soon have our meeting. I've actually done your report.
You have?
Yes.
Okay, you're staying for longer than we intended for today. So let's have a question from the audience.
Okay, hello, I'm Nelly. I just had a couple of questions when I found out you're coming, and I just messaged Sam and said, can you ask these questions? She told me, why don't you come along too? So my first question to you would be, what happens in the brain when we're under long-term stress?
Okay, so your brain is plastic, meaning it changes all the time. But when you're in chronic stress, as we call it, okay, the gray matter actually changes in the brain, meaning your brain waves patterns actually change. So what I've seen from scanning, I don't know, I don't have the count, but I think I'm close to 1,000 brains. So what I've seen is that beta is elevated in the front, okay? We do need beta in the front, but we don't need high levels of beta in the front, okay? Because that means you're in chronic stress. It means that you're constantly pushing your brain and you're constantly fighting with your brain, meaning you can get burnouts really quickly. You get sick often. That's one of the, because the brain and the body is always working together. People get diseases, have high blood pressure. This is also something I can measure in the scan. I can see it, basically. I can see all of that. If you have high blood pressure, okay, that's already a sign of high cortisol levels, okay? It could be other reasons as well. But what I always see is that beta is very much elevated. Yeah, and you're supposed to have a beta, alpha, delta, theta, and gamma in your brain. So sometimes I see people really lacking the alpha or the gamma in the brain, which we need, okay? And they're lacking it because of the chronic stress that's kind of pushed it away. But with that said, you can still get it back if you start paying attention to what your brain and your body is telling you. So there is hope, okay? Because the brain can rewire itself. Wow. But you need the help. I know, it's amazing, the organ that controls everything.
Such a good question. Do you have any more?
I have a couple more.
Okay, yeah, please shoot.
So, how does trauma change the way different parts of our brains talk to each other?
Oh, very good. So trauma is also a stress response, okay? Something traumatic has happened to you, even PTSD. So people can have an accident and they have trauma from that accident. And let's say a car door opens or shuts and the person can get triggered, okay? So that's very much amygdala, which is actually down here, close to the vagus nerve, which is in the back. So the brain is always working together, but that just covers your frontal lobes, which is here in the front, okay? This is the prefrontal cortex. What it does, it shadows it, okay? Shadowing is manifesting in your brain as brain fog, hard time remembering where did you put your keys, memory, you have holes in your memory, you have black spots, because the brain is always scanning for danger. And there's something called semantic memories. You pick and choose. Sometimes we block things from our childhood. If we're talking back, childhood trauma, right? Like we block things because it's too difficult to deal with. The brain does it to protect you. But then it means when you do that, then you can't really heal from it. So as a professional, I actually try to get people to really, I know it's intense, but if you want to heal from trauma, you have to relive it okay, in a control environment. That's why I do hypnosis. EMDR helps you also to kind of shed the trauma, and I do neurofeedback as well. So all these, we have so many tools today where we can do something about it. Because I worked with clients that said, I don't remember half of my childhood because I was abused, I was this, but then you can't really heal from it, but then they're still triggered and they don't know why, you see? So that's the subconscious mind, but it does change your brain. And you live with the symptoms today. So pay attention to how, it's going for you.
Okay, you've kind of picked up bits of the next question, but I'll ask it anyway. Why does the brain sometimes see danger even when we are safe?
Yeah, so the brain has one job, is to protect you. You have to feel safe, okay? I think people say intuition or gut feeling. Sometimes we can go in a room and we just know something is off. That's your brain signaling to your body that be alerted. You don't know this environment. You're not safe. I don't know what this is. What have you just walked into, for instance, right? So that's why many people feel anxious when they come to me to get a brain scan. They think I will see their deepest thoughts, what they done, and I cannot see any of that. But that's because the brain is always scanning you. It's always scanning your environment. Because in the old time, so the brain is ancient, right? So in the old time, we were hunting for food. We had to really... And we don't really, well, some people still have that, unfortunately. But I'm just saying, we live, so the brain is still the same. It has one job, is to protect you. So it will always scan for danger if it doesn't really know what it's going into, you know? Yeah. So it's actually a good thing.
Okay.
But you can do something about if you're feeling anxious all the time. There are exercises for that naturally.
Okay. Why is it important for us to understand how our brain works, especially when it comes to emotions and mental health?
Oh yeah, very good question and very relevant. Well, this organ, you guys, controls everything.
Yeah.
Controls how you feel in your body, controls your relationships, your work, what you attract in life, what you want for yourself. And we often don't pay so much attention to it. Like people come to me with migraines. And I can also see that in the scans. Do you know why I have migraine? Yeah, your cortisol levels are like out of the roof. You have to do something because people often numb themselves. They don't listen to the cues. And then they have heart problems. They have pain somewhere in your body. So if you don't do anything or don't pay attention to how you're feeling up here, it will manifest in your body. I work with a somatic coach. I also had trauma. I've scanned myself before and after. I don't have it anymore. It's working very deeply with myself. I also work with a somatic coach because I always had pain. Like when you have pain in your heart, okay, it goes to the back. I have had a couple of divorces. It goes in your back and it manifests there. Yeah. But I was like, I'm healthy. I'm strong. I can lift more weights than ever before. Yeah. Like what's going on? And he said, well, there's still some unspoken things and it's manifested in your back. So quite interesting to work with him, and I haven't had pain since.
Wow.
So it's about understanding where is this coming from. So when we don't pay attention to our emotions, it will manifest somewhere in your body. Facts.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Last question.
Oh, she has one more question.
I do apologize. Last question. So, this is just me being curious. Do you think learning about how our brain works can help us handle stress and trauma better?
Yes, 100%. And that's why I call it brain health. Is you, like people come to me and say, I think there's something wrong with my brain. It's like, no, there's nothing wrong with your brain. By having the scan, you'll be able to understand your brain better. Like, why are you feeling or reacting the way you are? So it's getting insights into your health, right? If you don't know, then how can you work on it, right? Many people, like you just said, they're on autopilot. They don't know they have high stress levels. They just think there's something off with their body, or, I don't know, life did this, I'm on medicine and this and that, but they don't really work deeper than that. They numb themselves from understanding more or feeling more. So I think everybody should dig deeper into their brain health. And find their own answers.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being available for our audience.
I love the questions. Yeah.
And we're going to dive very deeply into some of them. I'm actually interested in knowing more about this generation, because you said instant gratification and all of this. What are the risks, like real risks of that? Thinking 10 years from now, how would their brains be if they continued this behavior?
I definitely think the cortisol levels will rise, and the thing is, the side effects are really bad because diseases will occur also naturally if you keep being in the chronic stress and it's so elevated. But also that you learn your brain that doing difficult tasks are really, you make it more difficult than it is. Yeah, because you want instant gratification, and that's quite dangerous. Meaning many people quit, even in relationships, work, tasks, they procrastinate a lot. So it's not good. You're kind of training your brain to have that instant gratification, but it's harming you. And people don't realize that. It's always, people check their phones more than they check on themselves or their kids or their relationships. Like everything is about the phone, and we pick up the phone, which is also full with germs a lot, more than anything. And I think that in itself is quite harming. That's why I tell clients to be without the phone, lock it, have pauses without it, because it's really harming us. It's harming your brain.
Okay, then I have an additional question for that. So if you're doing research, if you're studying, if you're only using your tablets for learning, and it's not the same kind of reward system, like depending on somebody's, acknowledgement of whatever you did or however you
it's a validation. Yeah.
If it's not for that kind of gratification, but if it's to evolve, do you still recommend that we read books, or would that?
Yeah, you can combine it. I do that because I work with screens, right? But I love to hold a book. I'm old school with that, definitely, because wear blue glasses. Okay, because melatonin levels does get affected if you're on screens.
Yeah.
I have blue glasses, but I have 2 hours of no notifications in the morning and in the evening.
Yeah.
So it's about building those healthy routines, right?
Yeah.
So buy blue glasses if you have to be on a screen, but I do prefer a proper book, and I like to take notes, and I'm old school.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely say combine it. So less screen is better for your brain. Yeah.
That's why I'm a little bit, concerned about how much our schools are implementing tablets more and more, and screen time.
I think they combine it. It depends. Yeah, when you go in higher classes, it changes a bit. But right now, still, there's like a good division between that.
Yeah, they do have that.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest with you, we brought some food.
Ooh, it looks delicious.
Today I cooked it myself.
Ooh, nice.
Will remind you a lot about dal.
Yes, I love dal.
It is actually lentils and lentil soup, and I made it because it has a lot of very good spices in it, healing spices.
Nice.
I'm very much into Ayurveda too.
Yeah, that's really good.
I have so much I want to talk about with you, but yeah, this is my love language, and because we're on the buffet,
yeah.
We're also going to combine gut health with mental health later. So
that sounds exciting. Yeah, I'm excited.
And let me know what you think about my homemade lentil soup.
Very good.
There's no oil in it. No, nothing fried.
Not like how our moms make it. This is the healthy version. So lentils are really good brain food. You've probably heard the term brain food, like blueberry nuts, lentils. Also combining the whole brain health and longevity. Like this is a must to have. And like meat prices are going up, but you don't have to eat a steak. You can just have lentils.
Yeah.
It's also cheaper, and it's just so healthy.
So
for your gut. Yeah, because many people, especially when they are struggling mentally, their gut gets affected, right? That's the first thing that gets affected. I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed that myself, that my gut is always acting out when I'm stressed or have anxiety. My gut is the first thing that gets affected, and then I'm like, okay, I have to do something. I actually do take chia seeds every day because it's good for the gut as well. So it's about having those healthy routines in place, like to live healthy, to eat those things, and you can make it in so many ways.
Really?
I even put it in lasagna for my kids because kids.
Yeah.
So I put it in there with the meat. I'm like, they need lentils in their bodies. Yeah.
But I was doing some research on the different kind of ingredients that we use in desi food, especially. We overcook it so much, and we use too much oil sometimes.
Then it kills.
It kills a lot of the nutrients, right? So I wanted to create like a cookbook with desi,
but without all the ghee and stuff. Yeah.
Cook differently. Cook especially the way that is healthy for us.
Yeah.
Because we're used to spices, and without those spices, food doesn't taste good for us.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask, actually, if you'd be interested in doing this research with us.
That could be fun.
We want Farah on the show,
That could be fun. Yeah, that could be real fun. The thing is, I cook like you, but then my kids, because the brain gets accustomed to the taste buds, it's actually by the smell, but it goes into the taste receptors, signaling to the brain that this is yummy, right?
Yeah.
So my kids, when I cook desi food, they're like, it's not like your mom's.
No.
It's like, no, because it's not swimming with ghee. And then, but they're accustomed, their brains are accustomed, their taste buds, to my mom's cooking. And yeah, it will never be the same, first of all, because I made it a healthy way. But they associate that food with that amount of ghee swimming around.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So we have to change this around, because the food is delicious, and I often don't cook it for that reason, because they have this, they don't want to eat it. Yeah. So I think we should change that around to have a healthier generation coming forth.
I wanted to ask you about serotonin too.
Good question.
Is it true that it's actually produced in the gut, or is that
Well, yeah, it's produced in the gut, but also in the brain.
Yeah.
It surges from the brain. You have to think of this whole we say it's two different units, but it's always working together. So it's about signaling. So the brain doesn't feel pain actually. So if you have something, it signals up, okay? It's the same with serotonin.
Yeah.
Serotonin gets released in so many ways, especially with food.
Food.
Exactly. So it kind of like when you're in love with food, with smells, you're like, this reminds me of mom's cooking. So you can get serotonin in so many ways.
So serotonin is...
Not only with food, but in so many other ways as well.
Other ways too. But also through food. So
of course,
if you combine serotonin with dopamine.
Yeah. So serotonin is a chemical. So dopamine is here, and then we have serotonin, we have norepinephrine. I have a hard time explaining it. I like pronouncing it. All those work together, right?
Yeah.
But then something is sent out from the neuron. Okay. So serotonin is released, especially with food. Yeah. So that's the reward system talking, the dopamine overall talking, but the serotonin released out, and you're like, wow, this is so amazing. I truly needed it. Like I feel it a lot with chocolates.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm on my period, it's like hormonally my system is changing. And you can't really measure hormones. So what I can measure is my serotonin levels.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with that said, I know exactly what I'm craving at what time, because that's just how it is every month. But then the chocolate and chocolate is not always bad for you.
No.
It depends on the amounts, right?
And especially dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate is really good. So you have that, and then you get that kick out of it. You know? Yeah.
So we can actually eat our way to happiness.
And eat our way out of stress and anxiety, because many people eat junk food.
Yeah.
Then they keep themselves in that. So it's a junk food goes directly to the reward system because we like the greasiness. Okay, this is how the brain is. And then dopamine gets out, but again, it's negative. It doesn't last long and it's unhealthy for you. So something with food, you have to teach yourself as well that healthy food, you can learn your brain how to release the serotonin from healthy food as well. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand completely. So this is very important, you guys. Eat healthy. Eating healthy is not...
I'm not saying you can't have a greasy burger, because I like that too.
Yeah, we love
You
that.
can have it once in a while, but just be mindful of what you're consuming and try not to consume food in front of devices. So I have a rule. I take all of our phones away. We have no phones in the living room, where we are a common area.
Okay.
Yeah. So I take everyone's, including my own, is locked up in the kitchen. So when it's family time, it's family time. And my kids, teenagers, find it really hard. But then we actually get to share stories, right? We get to eat mindfully. So no TV, no phone, no laptop, no iPad. That's because that's healthy for you. And then you consume less food actually also.
Really?
Yeah. You actually lose weight by paying attention to what you're eating. So I was teaching that to the fitness women as well. I was coaching.
Wow.
Yeah.
My friend Sabah Hamid.
Yeah.
Used to
I know her, follow her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She's not doing this anymore, like daily, but she has.
I remember when she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was talking about the same things. I would love for you guys to sit together.
Yeah, then we have to do another show with her.
We will.
Yeah.
But I'm not letting go of you anytime soon. But we have to do researches on so many things, because I think knowing what music can do to our brains.
Oh, so much healing.
Food can do to our
So
brains.
much healing as well. Yeah.
And how to really...
There are different ways to heal and work on your brain health.
Yeah.
But everything is working together. So you have to pay attention to everything, basically. And that can be overwhelming for people. So you have to start somewhere. But we do eat every day, right? Right?
Yeah.
And we do use our brain every day.
Yeah.
So we can all incorporate some more time in nature, in stillness, like without devices.
Yeah.
It should be possible.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you can do 5 minutes without your phone. So I always say start small. Start with 1 minute, then 3 minutes, then 5 minutes, then you can do longer. And then people actually start to enjoy it. They're like, I did a whole hour. I did 2 hours. I'm like, yeah, big win. Because you have to just start, basically. Yeah. Because you matter and your health matters.
No, definitely. You're so right. I think us that are born in the 80s, we were very, very lucky, because we're born into this digital world with smartphones and stuff.
We experience all the times, actually. All the different times.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
We're that generation. And for me, it's like I get very nostalgic when we are sitting together and talking around a meal and playing games, instead of there was like a small period where we were doing Ludo like online.
Oh no!
They were, like, in different rooms, like, what the hell are you doing? But on our phones. It was
it's
fun.
better to use your senses, use your body, and then you feel more connection as well. It's about connection, isn't it? You're not really connected through a screen so much. I work online as well as I work with. My biggest market is London currently, and so is Copenhagen. But I worked US, Canada, Dubai. So I've just limited now to London and Copenhagen because I can't be everywhere, right? So of course I'm working through screens, but I also fly over. But the connection like this, scanning people, being with them, the energy doesn't lie. You can really feel that through a screen the same way.
So true, that's so true.
And the brain, you know how it lives longest? It's not about, of course it's about eating and all of that, but the one thing that makes you live the longest, you know what it is?
What?
Relationships. Yeah, because we tribe people. We're supposed to be with communities. We're supposed to be together physically, not through screens playing Ludo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. So. Yeah, I get it. Also, there's this other chemical called oxytocin. Isn't that what we actually generate when we have human connection and when love is connecting us?
Yeah, 100%. So we are supposed to be with people. We're not supposed to be loners. And I see this as a big problem, especially in Denmark. Like, also, I think people have this problem in London as well, but I can just speak from my own experience here. It's a very individualistic culture.
Yeah.
And we're not supposed to live alone in solitude. Many people are lonely here. So mental health issues are actually one of the highest in Denmark, in Europe. It's actually the third country which has the highest rate among anxiety levels. So I think that is alarming.
It is very
So that's why we should focus on our brain health and do something about it.
Yeah.
Like join physical groups instead of joining online groups, because that's easier, right?
Yeah.
But do something, push yourself, be uncomfortable, and then you'll feel the changes.
Definitely. Well, you're actually not eating anything.
I'm eating. We're talking, right?
I have you busy talking about brain health. Do you like it?
I really like it.
It's getting a little bit chilled.
It's really good. I love the flavors. So I use the same flavors, but with kids I have to minimize them because it always gets too spicy for them. I like more spice, but kids.
Do you think this is too spicy?
Not for me.
But for your kids?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But it's my fault because I haven't introduced them enough to the spices. Yeah.
Speaking about, you said something about the individualistic culture. And to be honest with you, here in Denmark, I think people are more skeptical and a little bit more fear-based in their mindset. Why they're not so open to qEEG scans yet?
They're very skeptic. I have like people on waiting lists in London. Yeah, and I also speak English on my socials. So yeah, but I think in Denmark I get like it takes longer to close a client than it does currently in London, and I think it's because again of the knowledge and they're very skeptic and they want everything through sygesikring, and this is private funded because it's a private company and I'm not working with sygesikring. I hope so in the future, but currently I'm not. So it's like going to the dentist. That's what I explained to them. You have to pay your part. You have to pay yourself. It's not free. And then they're a bit skeptical, but then still I've scanned many.
But it's not expensive, like
No, I don't think it is because it takes me hours to analyze, and also you have a consultation with me. Right now, it's actually a very competitive price. And some clinics are doing it already in Copenhagen. The prices are higher because it's clinic. So I just think there's not enough focus on it, and that's what I want to change. That you actually have like a possibility now to get the answers you've been seeking.
But to be honest with you, a lot of these doctors are not acknowledging it as something.
I got a lot of criticism on my Facebook page, I think. I got really attacked, but I don't take it personally because I know they don't know what they're talking about. I
had a friend, I have a friend, and she was like, okay, can I then send this scan to my doctor? And I was like, yeah.
You can show it because you get a full, with medical terms, a report, a clinical report, and you can show it. So it's up to the doctor if they recognize it or not. But the qEEG scans are not something new really because it's hospital material. So when you have a brain damage in the hospitals here, you actually get that. When you have epilepsy, you get that. So it's not something like woo-woo I'm doing and I'm qualified to do so. So Yeah, I just think it's because I'm not in a hospital doing it.
Yeah.
That's the skepticism. It's a private company doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to break some of these...
It's a stigma, basically.
Stigmas.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, this is much more helpful than, guessing. Is it this? Is it that?
And people spend a lot of years just guessing and feeling off when you can actually go and get your answer and get out of that pain. It's about understanding yourself better, right? And we live in a world of medication. You go to the doctor, take this medicine. They don't ask the root of the problem.
Yeah.
Are you sleeping? Are you hydrating enough? Are you eating well? Because all of that contribute to your brain health. So I see that as a problem in society, in the Western world, basically.
Yeah, in Western medicine especially, because they don't have this holistic...
It's all about money. It's feeding a money machine, basically. And I think that's really sad because it's people's lives we're talking about.
Yeah, but they have to sell the medicine, right?
I know, exactly.
What's going to happen to the, financial situation?
Exactly, and Novo Nordisk is the biggest, right?
But it's actually killing us.
That's what that's what I'm saying. So it's about really getting awareness out there because, there is hope. Your brain is malleable, meaning it's always changing. Neuroplasticity is a real thing.
It's a real thing.
And you can do something about it.
Definitely. And simple things like breath work, meditation.
Breath work is the fastest thing you can do to calm your nerves down. You connect with your nervous system. You can do cold showers in the morning. And I know many Danes do that, which I love. I started 2 years ago. I'm not doing hopping in the sea or whatever. I'm doing it in my home controlled environment. I'm not there yet, but we have so many possibilities and so many Danes are doing it for that reason, longevity. You live longer. But dopamine surges out of your brain after doing it. So I don't feel like doing it. I push myself to do it every day. Every morning I have a cold shower. Not because I want to, because I know that I will get through the day so much stronger. Yeah.
And also you said something before that we don't really want to put in the hard work.
Because of all the beep, dude. Because we have so many easy, accessible, and even some fitness women that I was coaching, they were dropping it because they're like, I don't want to do this hard work. I'm just going to go and get injections at the doctor where I can lose weight. Those injections are quite expensive, and also you don't even know what you're putting inside of you. Do the work. So no one wants to do the hard work anymore.
I think people are extremely selective on what they work hard on. Like if they, let's say they have an obsession person or a thing, a career or whatever, they would hustle every single day to get there. But when it's about these things,
it was like, well, I can get an injection and not follow a meal plan, not count my calories, or do the hard work in the gym. But it's like, wow.
So I think people have the capabilities.
Yeah, they choose. We have... we are flooded with choices today, which is also harmful for your brain. Your brain actually doesn't like more than 3 options. Okay. It gets too much. That's why Elon Musk, or was the guy, the Apple founder.
Steve Jobs?
Yes. They used to, also the Facebook creator. I'm always forgetful with names.
Mark Zuckerberg?
Yes. Have you noticed, you guys, that they always wear the same shirts?
Yeah.
Because of that reason. They don't want friction in their brain.
Yeah.
So they just have those limited choices. Yeah. Because it's better for you.
Yeah.
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 And that's in everything. Yeah. And you're not supposed to eat different things. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to eat varied, but I'm just saying your gut needs some basics always.
Yeah.
You need that every day. And you don't change too much. It's actually not good for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not good for your gut. It's not good for your brain.
Nah. This is the essence of the buffet. This is why we're actually doing the buffet. To get this kind of information out.
Yeah, because many fitness women used to ask me, can I get a new meal plan every week? No, you can't. You have to follow it at least 1 to 2 months. Why? Because it's good for your gut and for your brain. I don't understand it. Well, you don't have to understand everything, but I'm telling you as a professional that this will help you lose weight. Okay? So you're supposed to be sometimes a bit boring. I'm sorry, but it's good for you.
Boring, or just, lower your cortisol levels. I think I was actually addicted to stress at a point because it drove me to execute. And if I didn't
we do need some cortisol always in the brain to have drive and motivation. It's not always bad for us. But if it's too high, chronic stress, okay, you have migraines, you have a fast heart, you have a lot of anxiety, then it's alarming. You see what I mean? Yeah.
And another thing, actually, ancient wisdom
is the best.
And neuroscience as far as I can see, are so connected. And finally, we have a tool. Finally, we have modern science that can actually prove some of these things. Not that I feel it needed to be proved, but because it has always worked.
Exactly.
But to, demystify all these things, to be able to share it with more people, it would be amazing to actually scan some of these things, before, after some kind of condition.
100%. Like, I do hypnosis. I'm very curious. I want to do that research myself. Like, I want to scan before and after, like what happens during, because they're in their subconscious mind, and we do a lot of breath work before, and also do it when we're ending it. But the thing is, people are you can be hypnotized if you're not calm. And even people who have severe ADHD, autism, whatever, I've hypnotized them because I can, but because their brain can. So once you're down in gear and you're calm, like you are in the air, like in the area of receiving, getting the answers. So everybody can. I've heard stigma. I was at my gynecologist actually, and she said to me, I can be hypnotized. And I said, okay, how many sessions did you have? 3.
Okay.
And I said, okay, sometimes that's not enough because all brains work differently.
Yeah.
And she said, well, that was waste of money. I said, okay, but I said, there are different ways of doing it. There are different techniques and stuff, but we do attack your subconscious mind. And she said, well, I always had a resistance. And then there was the word resistance.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't work on me. And I said, okay, but you're already blocking it.
Yeah.
By saying I have a resistance, I don't believe in it, but then she still did it because a friend recommended it. So that's the thing about the brain. It's incredible. So if you have a blockage and a resistance and you truly believe in that, then that's your reality. Then I can hypnotize you because you block it. Because everyone can be hypnotized.
And isn't it true that what you were actually very attentive about, your attention, is what your brain will create some kind of outcome of?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
If I hit my hand somewhere and I'm too busy to think about it, and somebody's like,
and then you're like, bleeding. I have a bruise.
Yeah. You're like, I didn't notice. But when I noticed it, then it started to hurt.
Yeah.
Not before.
That's how it always is, isn't it? Yeah.
It's crazy how we actually function.
That's why we have to be mindful of where our attention is going. That's why if you're watching something and eating, where's your attention going? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
You can just eat much more if you're watching something.
That's so true.
Yeah.
That is
so that's why I started to practice with the clients, like to eat without a device, and they ate less.
Wow.
And because after eating something, after 20 minutes after, you feel it, like, I'm actually full, but you eat with your eyes, right?
Yeah.
Often, because we are visual beings, and our senses also drive. Well, let's say I'm full after this, but then I can smell you baked a cake or something. Then my receptor is signaling, you want this, but I'm actually full. So it's also about stopping and paying attention. And how can you pay attention if you're watching something?
Yeah.
It's actually not complicated.
No, it's not that complicated.
Neuroscience is not complicated. It's about explaining it in a way that works for us. And it's about having healthy habits in place, basically. It's a lifestyle.
So chasing dopamine and all of these things are creating
habits. There are different types of dopamine, right?
Yeah.
So there are healthy dopamines, like you go to the gym every morning. You go for I call them neuro walks in nature.
Yeah.
It's at least 15 minutes. That's actually enough to get your anxiety levels down by 70%. And there's been studies on this with people with high anxiety levels, a group versus a non-group, how their levels went down.
70% is a lot.
It is. And from the gym, you only get 30%. I know. And I'm like, we have nature, you guys. It's free. Go out there.
Wait, if you combine these 70% from nature and 30 from the gym,
so I do both. No, it doesn't work like that. But I do both. Yeah, I know what you mean. No, it's not like that. But I do both. It's actually 28% in the gym. But I do both. But it's about how your mornings start. Are you starting with your phone beeping notifications? Then you're inviting anxiety in. Like, how are you going around your day? That's why I wake up very early. I've always been an early riser. Before my kids, I'm working on myself. I do my prayer. I do a self-hypnosis. I do a meditation on the prayer mat. I do all of that. And then I do affirmations. And I high-five myself. And I've been doing it for years. So it's a habit engraved in me. But I didn't do all of that at once. One thing at a time. Okay? And I'm already dressed and ready when I wake up the kids because I don't want the friction of stress because we have a time limit. We only have one bathroom and we are many people. Yeah. So it's about that, working on yourself. Okay? Everybody has 5 minutes to work on themselves.
Of course they have.
But I hear so many excuses, you wouldn't believe it. Like, I get people to walk in their breaks and they're like, okay, I have 30 minutes break or 1 hour break. I can eat in 30 minutes and I can walk for the rest. Make them lose weight, make them feel less anxious, make them make better decisions. Like focus improved because it works. So it's the small hacks that makes the difference.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So that was like you explaining the healthy dopamine from the unhealthy.
That's the healthy dopamine. Yes, the unhealthy is like everybody uses social media. So do I. I live from it. But I actually don't consume content. I'm working on clients and stuff. But with that said, I also get overstimulated. It's about having a timer in place. We have apps today that can block your social media. Like there are so many options. So like done with the excuses. Set the blocker on. So you don't overconsume. But people often say to me, clients, oh, I went on to check something and then 3 hours went. I'm like, what? I was supposed to do this and that. I didn't do it. Then we have a problem, right? Yeah.
But it's also, I think, if people, their desires, like let's say that a group of people, they desire that other people think that they're beautiful or whatever, then that becomes like a standard. And if you don't get that validation, that creates anxiety or insecurities.
Yeah.
But if you're not that type, like me, when I check my phone, social media is the last thing I'm checking, to be honest with you, because I have my
I've been checking extra because I was coming here, but that's what I mean. If we have to communicate to each other, I do that with clients and stuff. That's necessary. But again, you have your timings for that. You didn't do it before sleeping or waking up. Like have your timings in place.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. But
don't do it at the morning and evening time because that's where you need to wind down. You have to signal to the brain that you're in a calm state, right?
I think sometimes people lack the motivation to take action on these things because they have to let go of these things that they're addicted to.
So it's an addiction.
It is an addiction, right? So for me, I did find myself being addicted to my phone. And then I was like, but why? What is it that I'm actually looking for? And when I created an awareness about that, I don't have the same problem anymore.
Oh, that's amazing. See, a simple hack like that works.
Yeah, just
when you
mindful.
Ask yourself, be mindful, exactly. So that's why I'm saying people numb themselves all the time. They have to be busy. But what they're creating is actually, they're messing with their brain, basically.
So Farah, it seems like everyone today is self-diagnosing, like with ADHD.
They use ChatGPT to self-diagnose.
Yeah,
it's a trend.
So what's your take on that?
I think, again, we talked about awareness. I think people are paying attention to the symptoms from the brain and the body, but self-diagnosis, no, don't go there. And ChatGPT cannot diagnose you.
No.
You have to go to a professional. I can see in the scans if you have ADHD, ADD, whatever, autism, epilepsy, like whatever it is, I can see that. So now we have technology as well. Otherwise, you have the system where they do assessment with you. So please go to a professional. Self-diagnosis is really harmful because what you tell your brain, it actually believes. So then it will act out more. It's going to work against you. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah. And I think we always had people with neurodivergence, but again, people are getting more lazy. They want to don't do certain jobs and stuff, and they think it's easier. Of course, it makes sense. You want to know what you have. I get that awareness, right? But I'm just saying, like, don't use that as an excuse to execute certain things.
Of course.
Because again, especially with an ADHD brain, you need extra structure. You need extra routines in place. And yes, you have to work a bit harder for that. 100%. And if you have ADD, you're lacking that motivation and drive, and you tend to procrastinate a lot. So you need that extra push. But we have, again, so many apps. We have so many resources today that can help you. Without medicine, I'm not against medicine, but it's again checking how severe is it? Do I need meds to function in my job or in my daily life, you know? Yeah.
And this tendency is growing. I saw, like, I've been working as a social educator too at schools, and like every fifth kid is being diagnosed with ADHD. Have you experienced like people getting that diagnosed and then coming to you and not having it?
Yes.
Can you tell us?
Yeah, I had a client recently. I came back from London and she told me she probably has autism and ADHD. She already had the assessment. But while scanning her, I didn't find it. I saw that she was very emotionally dysregulated.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can. So I said, like, they never scanned you. This is based on questions. And so now, like, you did this because you wanted to know, right? And you don't have it. But then she was on medicine. And the thing is, when I scan her on medicine, I'm not able to see so much because she's balanced out as well.
Yeah.
Okay. But I have been able to see people still on medicine where it's peaking that they have it. So she didn't actually have it. Okay. But I said, I think the medicine is numbing your emotions. Yes. And that's why you're feeling better with it. But you don't actually have to take it. So she was quite taken back by that. Yeah. That's not what she wanted to hear because she wanted to be on the med. She wanted to have more medicine for her own personal reasons. Yeah. And I said, well, you don't really need it. You have to work on your healing, what you've been through. So she was taken back by it.
I'm not completely against medicine, but
I'm not either. I'm just saying that find the root of the problem.
Yeah.
I'm not against medicine at all.
No. But overusing it or misusing it,
because then you're numbing and suppressing the root of the problem, and then you don't heal.
It's like we're not seeing the true potential of our human body and brain. We are.
We don't want to feel uncomfortable, and growth only happens if you're uncomfortable. I'm not saying to be in pain. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you're supposed to freak out just a little bit.
Yeah.
And to feel it. Yeah.
If you're not put in that situation, how are you gonna teach yourself to regulate from that?
If you can't.
Like me,
you can't.
I have a bad temper, right? And I'm really practicing every single day. And I also ask God for sabr, for patience.
Yeah.
And sometimes He doesn't give me the patience. He gives me the test to see how far I am in that.
So every time you're triggered, you have to figure out what are the cues that makes me angry. Because anger is an emotion, just as sadness. And many people find it hard to express. But the thing is about anger, you have to release it. So like heavy strength training, boxing, running like crazy, like that helps me with my anger. Yeah. You have to release it out of the body, but try to understand like what is it with certain people, certain situations or things that make me so angry. Then it means you still have healing to do on that matter. Because our emotions are always telling us something to work on. The question is, are you listening?
Yeah. And I think, again, going back to these tendencies, maybe it's much more about emotional regulation or the lack of emotional regulation.
It can be, but again, it really depends on the brain. Yeah.
According to how much stress you're under, how much pressure you're under.
Yeah, what you experience, the trauma, everything.
And then your surroundings too.
Oh, yeah.
How they reflect.
Environment matters.
Yeah. So all these things, like a plant, like nature, we are built the same way.
And many people said to me, especially in the US, that I don't live around nature, it's really far away. And I'm like, okay, you can buy plants.
Yeah.
Still go for that walk in the city. It doesn't matter. Still go out.
Yeah.
But without device and that. Try to do grounding, and you can buy plants, and plants also contribute to lowering your stress levels. Yeah. So it's like there are options today, even when you don't have that exact nature, a park or whatever around you, when you live in a suburban area.
Yeah, it's possible. But also light. What about sunlight?
Sunlight is so, Yeah, and depression rises, especially in Denmark. In the winter time, we have many suicides, and also in the UK, actually, it's very, very high because of that reason. Because the brain thrives on it, and we feel the best if we can go in natural light in the morning. So I drop my son off we walk in the morning. I have that naturally. So I actually feel a bit off on the weekends because my brain is craving the natural sunlight. Even when we don't have it, natural light helps.
Yeah.
Still go out. Yes.
Yeah.
Preferably within waking, I would say within the 2 hours, go out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
everybody can do that.
That's great.
Peek out. If you can't go completely outside, go on your balcony, whatever, peek out of the window. No, because people say, I can't move. Let's say they're disabled, they're sick. Okay, just put your head out of the window. Just like the dogs do in the car, right? But it does help your brain. Yeah.
Okay. So I think today we brought so much value because I think this is an advice for my sisters out there that I've been talking to for a long time. Please have this brain scan done. Please send your kid that you think has ADHD to Farah, and she can help your kids actually get better.
I've scanned many kids with parents, yeah.
Yeah, and again, you don't need that medication. It hurts me so much when kids say, when I take this medication, I can't feel myself.
Oh my God, that is horrible.
That's the worst
thing.
Yeah,
they're numb basically, which is really sad.
Then I would rather have a kid that's a hyperactive kid and helping.
That's because they have focus problems in schools.
Yeah, but why do we have that? And what is the?
We don't have. Right? So I have a friend who also has an autistic and ADHD kid, and she actually stopped the medication because she does a lot of meditation and calming down his nerves every day. They have routines in place. You don't really need it. Like, again, depending on the severity, but that's something I'm able to see, right? So there are options out there holistically that does work.
Exactly.
But we live in a Western society where they teach you and tell you medicine is the only cure. It's not true.
No, it's not true.
So we have to change this around because it's really not true. And just parents, please consider what you're doing to your kids.
Yeah.
It gets in their system and the brain and the body actually reacts to it when it's out of the system. So then they go into shock state as well. And their brains are changing and evolving until they're, for guys, until they're 30. For women, it's mostly around 25. That's why we say women are much more mature than men. It's because of that reason.
Okay.
Yeah, because they don't need that much development as compared to men. There are changes in the female and the male brain. My specialty is more the female brain, and I wrote my thesis on that. So I can only speak from there, but I can say that kids' brain are very, very malleable, meaning they change a lot, and they're very good in adapting.
Yeah.
So if you help them and just go through that difficult time with them, they are able to actually adapt to the new changes. Yeah.
And exactly what you said, if you're a teacher, if you're a social educator, a pedagogue, relationships are essential.
Oh, so much.
Because
and the kids, and if a kid trusts you, a teacher, whoever it is, an adult, they will work with you.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but if you just give them medication,
then how are you working with them? You're numbing them.
You're numbing them, and you're not showing that connection that will actually maybe heal the person. Where's the oxytocin? Where's the natural serotonin?
And I think that's really sad.
It's really
kids are supposed to feel those things more than us, you know?
Yeah. Love is so essential.
Yeah.
Farah, I could keep going and going and going, but I actually have this last thing, which is a rapid fire round.
Okay, shoot.
You can only say true or false.
Okay.
I'm gonna read out 10 questions that I wrote here.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna use this because I need it. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm born ready.
The brain can heal itself.
Yes. True. Sorry, true.
Trauma changes your brain.
True.
Social media causes attention issues.
True.
Sugar affects your mood more than we think.
True.
Everyone should get a qEEG scan.
True.
Overthinking is a trauma symptom.
Not really. False. Yeah.
Gut issues can trigger anxiety.
True.
Meditation physically reshapes your brain.
True.
ADHD is overdiagnosed.
Oh, that's a difficult one. Yeah, it's just on the words of true and false. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a difficult one to answer true or false to. Yeah.
Okay. Fasting helps regulate brain chemistry.
True.
That was 10.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fasting is really, really good for us. But again, it depends on your blood pressure levels, your insulin resistance. Like, there's so much more to it. Like, if you are sick, that's why, like, you should do the whole research before you go on something, you know? Yeah.
Of course.
Because it's very, again, individually.
Yeah. People are unique. They're different.
Yeah.
And I think what we've been talking about, it's actually more just imbalances in the brain.
Yeah. We were talking about imbalance in the brain.
Right.
So fasting and all of that is like a different... We talked about many things, but it's always related, of course, but fasting is very healthy for us if you're healthy. Okay? So that's what I mean. Yeah.
Like, as Muslims, we do fast, and it's also recommended that we don't do it if we're too ill to do it.
Exactly.
So it's not...
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in spirituality and in religion that I think are actually compatible.
Helping.
And we've known this for many, 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 many years, but because also religion and spirituality has been put in a box that is this mumbo jumbo, and it's a little bit annoying to me that people are going back.
People live longer, and this is research that actually people live longer because they have hope, and this is neuroscience research. And I read a lot of books of Dr. Ranga Chatterjee. I love his podcast, and he shares this multiple times in his books. The neuroscience research behind longevity is actually having spirituality and the presence of God in your life.
Alhamdulillah.
So there you go. Again, research speaks for itself. So
wow, thank you so much. I hate to round this off because we could really
we have delicious food to eat, so
we still have food to eat, and we will go into music and frequencies and all of that on another episode because you're staying with us. You're not going anywhere. I'm gonna follow you around everywhere.
Yeah, music is a very good, powerful tool. There are different hertz you can listen to. Yeah, there are different frequencies, especially with autistic and ADHD kids. So that's what I mean. There are other remedies out there other than medicine that can help you and your kids,
100%.
Yeah.
So that's actually what I use my phone for in the morning. I put on these frequencies.
That's really healthy.
That I have chosen myself, testing
You test it on yourself. Yeah.
How they make me feel, and that's the first thing I do in the morning.
Wow, that's really healthy.
To calm myself down, and also sometimes I go into a flow state.
Yeah.
After I've done that, because I get
because you
relaxed.
feel better. Yeah. You're grounded, basically.
I get grounded.
When you're grounded, you focus better.
So it's actually just our lack of knowledge.
It's lack of knowledge, not enough awareness about how just 5-10 minutes can make a difference in your life.
We're gonna have a lot of talks with Farah because it's gonna help not just me, everybody. Even I think my crew is like, when can I do the next scan?
Oh, you're kind. You're too kind.
No, really, it is. And for the next segment, especially because we're doing music and culture, it would be great to do some research on that. But Farah, thank you so much for your time today and for eating my food.
It's delicious. How can I not?
And for all of that important information. Make sure to book your scan with Farah. She's very busy in London, so make sure to book yours and get a clarification on why you're feeling confused or having brain fogs, or if you think
there's always a reason for what you're feeling.
Yeah. And we're also maybe too focused on the problem instead of solving it, because now
you're in the symptom. We're more like feeling the symptom, feeling sorry for ourselves, but you change only when you get the answers of what you can change, and then you can do something about it. And I think people do want to live longer and live healthier. That's why they're interested in these scans as well, because you get to know yourself better, basically. Next
time I want to go further into music, but also like generational trauma or epigenetics, and how emotions and regulations of emotions can also help with that, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So stay tuned for that. And any last words you want to say to?
No, just thank you for having me and for the beautiful words you shared. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you for being here. This gave me dopamine.
Yeah, I also feel it. I get a kick out of dopamine of doing these talks because I'm so passionate about it. I think people always say to me, you're so passionate. Yeah, I am, because your brain matters. We're always carrying this around, right?
Yeah.
But now we have evidence. Like, science gives you the answer you've been seeking. So stop with the guessing game.
Stop with the guessing game and show yourself love and show your kids love. Spend more time with them.
Once you get to know you, everything else will work out in your life.
Faxes.
I know it sounds cliche, but it's the truth.
No. Everything cliche is actually true.
It's true.
It's just overused. And when people are not using it right, it just becomes
that's the
blah,
thing.
Blah, blah,
Yeah.
So
you matter.
You matter.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for today. Make sure to follow Farah on all her socials, especially on Instagram. I see you being very active there.
I chose that platform to be active on. I have multiple platforms, but you have one favorite.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite.
Yeah. And YouTube, you also have.
I have long form videos there talking about all of this, and
Great. I'll make sure to write everything in the description so you can go follow her and spread the news. Please subscribe to our channel because
that would mean a lot.
Yeah, it's very important because I think that this can really bring true value to you and your family and also to the education system.
Oh, 100%.
So discomfort in the right environment and with the right awareness, I think we can become superhumans.
Yes. Yes, you can. You can.
Okay, much more of that next time on the buffet. I'll see you there. Mwah!